We're talking about angle relationships, and we want to do some examples with these angle relationships. So here it says find the value of each numbered angle. And in this case, it says angle 1 is 118 degrees. And it says, what's the measure of angle 2? So we know that this is a linear pair, and a linear pair adds to 180 degrees. So we can say 180 degrees minus 118, and that is going to give us a value of 62 degrees. So that's linear pair. Here again, we have another linear pair, and we can see that the line that they form is right here. And this looks like it's backwards. Probably should have said that this one is 36 and calculated, but we'll calculate it this way anyway. So again, this is a linear pair, so we know that they're going to add to 180 degrees. And all we're going to do is say, okay, the whole thing's 180, this is 36. So if we subtract 36 degrees, that's going to give us 144 degrees. Next one, there's a couple different things that we could do here. We have angle 1 is 103 degrees. Very easily, if we remember, vertical angles are congruent. Vertical angles are congruent, so this angle and this angle have to be congruent. So this one also has to be, angle 3 also has to be 103 degrees. And we didn't have to do any math there, we just had to remember that they're congruent. Now from there, we should be able to see that this is a linear pair that share this side. And so the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. And if we sub those values in, measure of angle 1 is 103 degrees. And then we still have the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180. If we subtract 103 degrees, then we get the measure of angle 2 is equal to 77 degrees. So that's the measure of angle 2, which is right there. And I'm going to put 2 marks on that one. So if there's 1 mark and 1 mark, that means that those are congruent. Now that has 2 marks, so I know that this one is not necessarily congruent to this one. And now I should be able to recognize that these are vertical angles again. And so I should know that these are congruent. And then we also have 77 degrees again. The next one that we can see here is we have a 90-degree angle by that box that says it's a right angle. So if that's a right angle, then that also is a right angle. So let me say 90 is equal to the measure of angle 1 plus 34 degrees. And we subtract 34 degrees, subtract 34 degrees, and then we get 56 degrees is equal to the measure of angle 1. We have a couple more examples, and you can go and try those, and then we'll have the answer shortly. So here we can see that we have vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. So we can say 110 is equal to 2x plus 40, and subtract 40, and then we get 70 is equal to 2x, and then we divide both sides by 2, and we get 35 is equal to x. The next one, we can see that we have a linear pair, and we know that a linear pair adds to 180 degrees. So that's equal to 75 plus 2x minus 5. Like terms, so we get 180 is equal to 70 plus 2x. subtract 70. And we get 110 is equal to 2x. And then we divide both sides by 2. And then we get 55 is equal to x. Here we have vertical angles for C. So I know that this angle is congruent to this angle. And so we can say 53 is equal to 3x plus 2. Subtract 2, subtract 2. 51 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3. And we get 17 is equal to x. Next example, we have a right angle. So we know that this is also a right angle. So then we can say 90 is equal to these two angles added together. 2x plus x minus 6. So 90 is equal to 3x minus 6. Add 6 to both sides. And we get 96 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. And we get x is equal to 32. The next one, there's this part here where it says 9y plus 8, but the directions only want us to find x. So we're not too worried about it. Again, we have a 90-degree angle here. So that reminds us that we also have a 90-degree angle here. So 90 is equal to 5x plus x. So 90 is equal to 6x. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x is equal to 15. And then the last example, we have a linear pair. And so we know those add to 180. So we have 180 degrees is equal to 93 degrees plus x plus 41. So then we get 180 degrees. If we can combine like terms, that's equal to 134 plus x. And we subtract 134 from both sides. And then we get 46 is equal to x. So those are some examples. We can pause the video and we can have a discussion to see if there's any mistakes that we can take care of before we go on to do our homework. All right. Have a great day and good luck with the homework and good luck with the review.